In this video, we're going to go through some of the recent crypto airdrops, what you have to do in order to qualify, and what's there on the plate yet. So this is the list from degenfrog.com, highly recommended, basically trying to track all the airdrops that are coming and are worth farming, with basically the projects on top being probably the most worthwhile, meaning that probably they will have the biggest payout. And those include Berachain, Monad, Layer 0, ZK Sync, Scroll, and about Hyperlane as well. And about some of these, I'm going to talk in this video. So first of all, Berachain and Monad is still pretty unknown. When it comes to conditions, they're very well known, but unknown when it comes to conditions of particular airdrops. But for example, on Berachain, you can already interact with testnet, which is highly congested right now. Many people are using that. For Layer 0, the ZK Sync, people were farming those airdrops for years now. I've been myself doing videos back a year ago about both Layer 0 and ZK Sync, and the expectation is that both of them will be coming this year. Scroll, however, is very interesting here because Scroll is a layer 2 to Ethereum, super fast. At some point they were saying they won't do any kind of a token. It seems like they might be going slowly into the direction of a token, and this is what they have just announced. So they have introduced Scroll Sessions, which is basically a loyalty program to reward the community with Scroll marks for participation and engagement in the Scroll ecosystem. So what that means, probably there will be different kind of sessions in the coming weeks. As you can see here, different things that you can do. Basically, to be eligible for session 0, you have to bridge ETH or wrapped Steve via the native bridge or stone using layer 0 to Scroll. So you can probably get also transactions through layer 0 here. Basically, how it works is you can pretty cheaply do the transaction here, both with Steve and ETH if you want to, and then also withdraw that to Ethereum, deposit to Scroll. That's one thing. Another thing is using Stone, as they have mentioned, and basically go from ETH to Scroll, which is also pretty cool. And this will qualify you for the initial session. More sessions are coming, and basically they probably will do something like Lania, which is basically have these different voyages, and they have different sessions, different points that you're getting. So it might be quite tiresome in the end, especially that if you have multiple sessions, multiple tasks. But if you're probably loyal in a sense of doing all the tasks, the payout might be worth the effort. Of course, here's the pure speculation. They still might not do a token anytime soon. So this is one thing. Another thing worth mentioning is that Drift officially announced its Drift token, something that everyone was expecting. So Drift is the top exchange on Solana right now when it comes to volume. This is an exchange for perpetuals, and basically allowing you to, trade with leverage. They will have token available to the users. So already the snapshot was taken. So I was talking about Drift a couple of times. If you participated, then probably you should get something from it, which might be interesting. But there are definitely more incentives coming along the way. They have already tweeted about it. So there will be more things coming also to the people that use it. So the link will be down below as well to that. Now, it's worth mentioning also HyperLiquid, because HyperLiquid is another one of the top exchanges for perpetuals. They did an interesting stuff, probably following some of the playbook from the team behind Jupiter on Solana. Namely, they did an airdrop of a meme coin, and there's an expectation also that they will airdrop a token for HyperLiquid itself. They have a point system, so this exchange allows you to basically trade with up to 20x leverage, I think sometimes 50x leverage, and have multiple different assets that you can choose from. But interesting stuff is that, again, point systems, referrals, and you get everything in the end that should transfer into a token going from HyperLiquid. So this is super interesting, and the fact that they did already an airdrop to some of the users of the meme coin is super interesting, and shows that they will also do an airdrop of the token. So this is it for the projects I wanted to mention, because those two exchanges plus Scroll are very interesting. But this is of course not the end of the list, judging by what's here. And basically, if you start from the top going to the bottom, you might find very interesting stuff. We definitely, for example, going to see Eigenlayer pretty soon. They're going to do their own chain, and basically those points will be worth something, the people that are farming them, but we don't know how much. There are different bridges coming along the way, so things like Mayan, things like here Orbiter, the bridge, Jumper, Bungee. There are a lot of those bridges that will give you probably some kind of an airdrop for using them. So especially if you're hopping between different chains, it might be worth to use one of those airdrops. There's a bunch of them. Also worth mentioning here, just briefly, is Aptos Round 2. There's also Pontem, Lumo team that are building. So if you're going after Aptos Round 2, worth checking them out and seeing what they're building and engaging within Aptos. I think this is definitely underfarmed, considering that most of the people are doing things on different EVMs, on Ethereum and different layer 2s, plus Solana. Pontem, Aptos is definitely less farmed than those EVMs. So if you're looking for an easy entry with low fees, that might be the way to go as well. We're going to see Moat Network pretty soon too. So Moat is basically following the Blast playbook. This is layer 2 to Ethereum with the system of points that if you basically deposit the funds, then you're getting some kind of a points, and this should transfer to a token in the near future. So as you can see, a lot of things are happening. Definitely 2024 is the year of crypto airdrops. So if you're around and clicking buttons, then you should be good in the end. Thank you for watching, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next video.